Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and in this video we are going to be doing yet again another unboxing of this. I don't know what this is, but I'm hoping it's something good. This is a very large box, so I'm estimating, I think, judging by my orders, I think there should be 4 models in this box, one of which is one model we ordered back in July and it just hasn't shown up. I've still got a lot of models still to come and they just haven't yet, but this box is from AMS, so there should be some good ones in here. I also do apologize about the lighting. I'm recording this at like 11 in the morning and the lighting is a bit harsh. I could close the blinds, but I just really like this kind of like sunlit kind of thing. I do have this light here as well, but if I just switch this on, yeah, it does barely any difference. Yeah, so I'm just going to keep it like this. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to open the box like this, and then once I've got the planes out, I'm going to close the blinds and then I'm going to go through them in detail. I think that's the best thing to do. And as I said, I actually don't know what's in this box for sure. This could be anything, and that's what I love about these videos. You are kind of experiencing this along with me. I have no idea what these models are going to be. You have no ideas of what let's just jump into it. Got my classic knife here, so I'm going to get that and just go ham on this box basically. So, okay, so the models that are in this box are, there's a lot of bubble wrap in here. We have, okay, so we have the confirmation this is an AMS order, so that's good. And we have this. Okay, that seems to be wrapped up. I need the knife again. I'm going to open this. Oh yeah, okay, I'm excited about this. Oh yes. Oh wow. Yo. Oh, there's five planes in this. That is good, okay. I was not expecting some of these to come this quickly, but starting off, we have the only non-NG models of this unboxing. It's a Pheonix model. We have the Avianca. I don't know if you can see this. Let me just zoom in. I'll tell you what, I'm going to close the blinds now and so you can see them. Okay, hopefully that isn't too dark for you, but here we have the Avianca A330-200 in the new livery. I've wanted this for a while because Avianca have actually started flying the A330-300 to Dallas. I know this is a 200, but I kind of figured it's better than anything, than nothing rather, because at the moment I have one Avianca plane and it's a custom, so this is my first proper Avianca aircraft and I'm pretty excited. This is the first, well, not the first, but at the moment this is the only South African heavy that we get to Dallas. We used to get the LATAM 767 back in 2016, but LATAM have gone now from Dallas, and we get the United 767, but that's an American carrier, of course. So this is our first one. We got the Avianca A330 that flies to Bogota. Now the next 2 models we've got is we have this is very exciting, especially for those of you who love my Baltimore updates. We now have 2 of the Southwest 737-800s. I'm so glad that these have come because I ordered 3 United 737s and 2 American 737s back in July. All 3 of the United 737s and 1 of the American 737s still haven't come, so I thought maybe the 737s are popular, and Southwest, that's going to be popular. I mean, we barely get any Southwest models these days, so this was gonna sell like hotcakes, so I'm glad I got both of these. I'm very glad to add these to my collection because these are 2 planes that I really need. If you have a cat, why is it that they love boxes? Like, I don't understand. Next on the list we have Sun Country 737-800. This is also very exciting because this is one of the, well, I would say if this was a couple of months ago I could have said this is the only airline I don't have that goes to Dallas, but now Cape Verde Airlines have started flying their 757s to Dallas, and there is currently no models of a Cape Verde 757. I have asked NG models on Instagram to make it, but they say yes to anything, so I'm not sure how quickly that is going to come. But yeah, I've got this Sun Country 737, and then finally we have this model. Now this model is one that I did order back in July, so if you don't know, I made a massive order back in July of 2019. I ordered a South African A330. I ordered 3 United 737s, 2 American 737s. I ordered a British Airways 787 and a Delta 757. Now, as of you know, excluding this one that I'm holding now, we had the South African, the British Airways, and one of the Americans come. This is the next one. We have a Delta 757-200 in the non-winglet configuration. I'll explain why I have this and why I ordered this in a bit, but first I'm going to get ahead and unbox them, and I think I'm going to start with the Pheonix. One thing I do love about Pheonix and NG models is they put so much effort into their actual box design. Gemini Jets, on the other hand, their box is just a blue box, says Avianca A330. Well, they don't even have, I don't think they even have an Avianca A330, but it'll just say Avianca A330. You'll have the picture, and then it'll just be a blue box. But look, each and every single box is different. That's such a nice design, and as well, of course, it's limited edition. It's a Pheonix model. Apparently, all Pheonix models are limited edition, which kind of makes none of them limited edition if you think about it. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and unbox this model. So I really like how tightly packed the Pheonix and NG models boxes are. And here we go. This is my first, as I said, this is my first Avianca model, my first proper Avianca model. I'm just going to get this out of the box. And here we go. This is a very, very nice model so far. By the looks of things, nothing seems to be broken, and there we go. Okay, that's a little bit, okay, kind of sticks up. We'll have a look at that in a bit, see where the problem is, but if you look, yeah, front wheel does come up like that. Yeah, I'll look through all of these in detail at the end of the video. I'm just gonna actually unbox them first, and then I'll get to them. So I'm just gonna put this back over here on the runway, and I'm just gonna chuck the boxes over there for now. Moving on to Southwest, I think I'll just unbox one of these, but here we have, let me just move the light into where you can actually see it. But yeah, here we have the Southwest 737-800. Excuse me, I'm trying to, and yeah, so this is my second NG 737, so I'm pretty excited, and it's my first one with their split scimitars as well, and it looks amazing. Would you look at that? That is amazing. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, I'm going to put that down there. As I said, I'll look through them in detail in a minute. Next we have my first Sun Country 737, my first Sun Country anything, to be honest. Again, this is another 737 mold from NG. I'm really liking their 737 mold. It's amazing. It's so superior to Gemini Jets. And there we go. Nothing seems to be wrong with it. And then finally we have the Delta 757. Now these ones use the like the polystyrene in the box, which is interesting. It's very similar to Herpa when I got their Antonov 224. It came in this polystyrene thing, and all of NG's 757s come in this kind of polystyrene box, as you can see. But yeah, it's very hard to get out, and you don't want to break it, but yeah, everything seems good and non-broken as well. So that all seems okay, apart from the Avianca, but there we go. I'm going to go through these in detail now. Okay, so starting with Avianca now, and I am a little bit disappointed about this whole nose situation, but I think by bending the back landing gear, I think I could fix that. Now near the front of the plane, as you can see, I need something to point with. Let me get scissors. Okay, scissors will do. As you can see at the front here, we have the cockpit windows. We have the Colombian flag there, along with the Star Alliance logo, the L1 door, the L2 door, and then we have the Avianca titles on there, the forward landing gear that does roll and is very good quality, apart from the fact that it is floating. Now moving back, now we have the beautiful red engines there of Avianca, and we have the main landing gear there, as well as the winglets. And moving back to the tail now, we have the tail in this amazing, I just love the Avianca livery, and I wish that there'll be more models like this produced, because I need a lot of Avianca models to make it more realistic at Dulles. I need an A320, an A319. I'd love to get an A321, even though I have the custom one. And then of course I'd love to get the A330-300, but that just doesn't seem. Also, Avianca celebrated their 100th birthday a while back, so happy birthday Avianca. And then we have the Colombian flag again on top of there. So yeah, that does seem like a decent model. I'm gonna have a look at fixing the model with the hole. It's not too bad, and I do have this problem with a couple other planes. Like my British Airways A380, I have this problem on there, but I just kind of put up with it. If I can't fix this, what I'll just end up doing is whenever I have an airport update, I'll just put a little bit of blue tack on the nose wheel, and I'll just stick it down like that. But you know, it's a little bit disappointing. Maybe I could have it just mid-rotation, I guess you could say, on the runway, but yeah, anyway, it's a little bit disappointing from Pheonix. As I said, Pheonix is kind of like a middle of the market kind of company for making model aeroplanes. Like, they're great, usually they're great, but they have had their flaws, and they are known to get their flaws. But you know, overall Pheonix is just an amazing company, and I love their models. But now we're going to move on to NG models. Starting with Southwest now, we have the Southwest 737-800, and the reason why I got this, well, apart from the obvious reason of having a Baltimore airport, I am actually focusing on more of the Dulles side, and I did actually need two 737-800s for Dulles, as you often do see the 737-800, two of them. You usually do get to see two Southwests at one time at Dulles. And so I got two of these 737-800s, as these are kind of the workhorse of Southwest fleet, along with the 737-700, and as well now with the MAX groundings. Sorry about my cat as well, they're so annoying. But yeah, it's a very good mold. NG models don't really mess up on the kind of the actual model side. Where they mess up is the kind of corporate side. Of course, they are a very new company, and you know, they have been known to make their mistakes, especially in the fact that I ordered 7 models in July, and I still have 4 that are unaccounted for, so I'm still waiting for them. I do have a whole situation going on with that, and as well, it is good how they're still small that I can actually talk to them on Instagram. I've been talking to them about it, and I kind of have a whole situation going on with that. I might make another video dedicated to talking about the whole NG model situation, because their corporate side isn't perfect, but when you actually get the models in front of you, they're just amazing. This is a, can you actually be quiet? And so zooming in now, let me just get the thing down here. Now, it's a very different mold to Gemini jets. The two most notable parts are the scimitars and the kind of like the nose area. You will notice, compared to the Gemini jets one, the nose landing gear and also the nose in general, it's a little bit of a different like shape, but I think this one looks amazing. It looks fine. I don't know which is more realistic, but this looks absolutely fine. Moving back now, we have the L1 door there, and then we have the Southwest titles, southwest.com on the engines, and then we have these amazing scimitars. Now, NG models are doing amazing with their scimitars. They're so much more realistic than Gemini jets. Let me just get a Gemini jet scimitar. So this is from my United 737, and you can see when I put the scimitar next to it, let me try and match that up real quick. It's hard because of perspective, but if you can see, I don't know if that's hard to see or not, but the Gemini Jets one is just so much bigger than the NG one, and I think that that NG really rule the roost with scimitars, because Gemini Jets' scimitars are just a little bit too big, and it doesn't really work out that well. And yeah, so NG models rather, they're doing very well with the scimitars, and I can't wait to get that United 737 NG models, because that one seems to be a very nice model from some reviews I've seen, but I do not have my 3 United 737s. At least I could get one, you know, could I get one? But there we go. And then near the back of the plane now, we have the tail, of course, and I do have another 737, of course, as you've seen. I do have 2 of these, and they both have the same registrations, but I'm not really fussed about that. I'm not that much of a in detail collector. I know that some of the collector, okay, you can, I know that some collectors are very fussy even about the registration. It's like, I can't have two of the same model because they both have the same registration. For me, like, who's gonna look that much in detail that they'll see that they're the same registration? For me, 737-800 is a 737-800. But yeah, this is an amazing model by NG Models, and now I'm gonna move on to the next one. Moving on to Sun Country now, and this is actually in the, I believe this is in the old livery. However, these are still flying about, and plus I just needed a Sun Country 737 no matter whether it was in the old livery or the new livery. But yeah, this looks amazing. If NG Models does come out with the new livery, I'm going to snatch that as well, because why not? This is actually servicing, this is flying to Minneapolis from Dulles. And also it's going to start flying to Baltimore as well, so this is knocking off two birds with one stone, Baltimore and Dulles. And yeah, it just looks like a very nice model. We don't have the split scimitars on this plane. This is the same mold as the American 737 because we don't have the scimitars. But zooming in now, we can have a look at all of the details. So starting off at the front here, again we have the, it's very different to the nose of the Gemini Jet 737. Let me just pull up the nose of the Gemini Jets one here. You can kind of see just the shape. The shape is a little bit different. The NG one is a little bit lower, but personally both of the noses from the Gemini Jets one and the NG one are perfectly fine. It's the split scimitars on the Gemini Jets one which is where I kind of don't like the Gemini Jets mold, but they're both fine. They are a little bit different, but they're not too different that it's a noticeable difference. The hard nose to get is the A350. If NG Models do release a mold of the A350, they've got to get that nose right, because that is very hard to get right, and not a lot of companies have been able to get that right. But starting off here, we have the L1 door, then we have the Sun Country titles, as well as the kind of like, I don't know what you call that, the kind of like the watermark, the stamp of the S near the front of the plane, and then we have that orange kind of line that goes along the whole length of the plane. We have the wings there, we have the engine and the center landing gear, and moving back to the back of the plane, we have the Sun Country logo, as well as the registration, which is November 804 Sierra Yankee. And then we have Boeing 737-800 at the back of the plane, and then the American flag. Yeah, amazing model. This is great, and I can't wait to implement this into some Dulles and Baltimore updates. Of course, it will be a while until we have another full, proper Dulles update, but don't worry, those Baltimore updates will be coming very soon. And so yeah, I'll be able to include this and the Southwest models into those updates. Finally now, moving on to our fifth and final plane, we have the Delta 757-200 in 1:400 scale. Now the reason why I got this plane is, you're probably wondering, you know, most of the Delta 757s are the wingleted version, which I actually have here from Gemini Jets, is the winglet version here. Now the reason why I got the wingletless version is because this actually acts as a sports charter from Dulles. I believe two 757s are based at Dulles for sports charters, and so I decided to get this as that kind of sports charter thing. So I might have this just, you know, in the hard stands of the new Dulles, and yeah, so it's just a great model. I really like the Delta 757 as well, and the NG mold of the 757, so I decided to just go for it and get it. Starting off at the front of the plane, we have the cockpit windows there. Then we have the SkyTeam logo, we have the L1 door, the Delta titles there, we have the blue underbelly as well as the first landing gear. Moving back to the wing section, we have the 757 engines there, as well as the main landing gear and the wingletless wing. And then moving back to the back here, we have the registration, the American flag, the emergency exit doors, and then we have the tail here. But overall, this is a very nice plane. I won't bore you too much with this unboxing because it's probably long enough already. But yeah, that has been this kind of review of all of these planes. And so yeah, this has been this unboxing of all of these 5 different aircraft. I can't wait to get these into all of my updates in the future. Of course, we will be starting updates again in January. I did have my festive update yesterday, but that was just a one-off. I'm not actually going to be doing updates in December, but I will be starting in the new year with some different updates. But apart from that, that has kind of been this unboxing. I will hopefully have an unboxing on Christmas Day. I'm getting a few models on Christmas, so I will be doing an unboxing of them. And if any models do arrive within the next, because on Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, for you Americans that don't celebrate Boxing Day, the day after Christmas, I am actually going up to Coventry, and then after that I'm going to Madrid. So yeah, I won't be around, you know, in my own home to do unboxings. So if you don't see them by Christmas Day, there won't be one until the new year. So yeah, this won't be the last unboxing of 2019. I'll at least have one more, maybe 2. But yeah, that's kind of been this unboxing of all of these planes. I hope you did enjoy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.